Hi friends, welcome back to another video from Karoleena's Cottage. This is Johnny, and today I'm working on a few more projects using drop cloth for an inexpensive and easy way to add a homey and cozy look to your decor. A few weeks ago, I showed you an easy way to create these placemats from drop cloth. Today I'm creating small decor that can be used as accent pieces in your home. I usually buy drop cloth from Home Depot or Lowe's because I can look at the color and the texture. I wash and dry it before using it so it has a softness and it frays less. I may have to wash this one again, but Bear just cannot resist fabric. For this project, I'm covering two small, inexpensive canvases that I purchased from Amazon. You can probably find these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's as well. I'm going to cut the amount of drop cloth I need to wrap these canvases, and you could either use hot glue or a staple gun to attach the fabric to the framed canvas. I'm using a small craft iron to smooth the wrinkles before gluing the fabric on. I'm using seamstress chalk to mark the edges of the canvas to help with centering the drop cloth. You have lots of options for decorating the drop cloth. I'm using a couple of stamps from the IOD Farm Animals set. I will also be using additional sets of stamps, and I will list those in the description below the video. And as always, I will list Myra's link for IOD products in the description below, and I encourage you to watch her channel if you don't already. She is at Farm Fresh Designs 59. I'm getting a good idea for placement on the section that will cover the canvas, and I'm leaving room for a shabby bow or some type of decor for that upper corner. When you're stamping on fabric, especially a fabric like drop cloth that is highly textured, you want to make sure you press pretty firmly on the stamp. Make sure to hold the stamp in place with one hand and make sure to cover every piece of the stamp with pressure so that you get even coverage. Gosh, I am having trouble with my words today, but I'm just going to keep on going. I always remove any residual ink with a wet wipe. I think if the ink builds up over time, it's going to take away from a little of the detail. I'm adding another stamp to one of these pieces. I'll be using the Icy Paris set from Prima Redesign. I like the look of this, so I'm going to add another stamp to the other piece as well. Now I need to get these centered and make sure the design is where I want it, and then I'll start gluing these onto the framed canvas. I have my hot glue gun on its lowest setting, and I'm still being very careful so that I don't burn my fingers. You will want to pull this tight as you're gluing the drop cloth onto the frame so that there are no wrinkles on the front. I'm trying to get this as flat as possible so that when I put the piece on the back that will hide all of these raw seams, the back piece will lie flat. You'll see when we get to that part. The pieces I'm making today are mostly for occasional decorating in smaller areas for the fall, but I think for a future project I'm going to try a bigger piece of framed canvas with drop cloth and use larger stamps, and I think that would make a really pretty wall hanging. And I will repeat all of those same steps for the second one. I am attaching this shabby rose that was on an item that I thrifted. I'm making a shabby bow from ribbon I bought at Hobby Lobby. I'm a little outside of the shot here, but I'm just creating 3 loops of ribbon on each side of the center. I will wrap a piece of ribbon around the center and then attach it with hot glue. I'm adding a few embellishments and some ribbon on the back to hang it with, and these pieces are completed. Make sure when you are cutting your drop cloth that you're saving the hems on the drop cloth because you can use it as trim on other pieces and it's a great look. You could use several things to cover the back of your pieces. I sometimes use brown craft paper or cardstock. This is a wrapping paper sheet that I purchased on Amazon and it works fine for this. These could hang from a hook or on the wall as decor, or they could be used as shelf sitters. And ladies, I want to share a fun YouTube channel with you that I happened across recently. This is Liedy's channel, and she has a great mix of decorating, motivation, and beauty in her videos. I'm enjoying her channel, and if you pop over there, please let her know that you came from Karoleena's Cottage. I will put a link to her most recent video in the description below this video. Okay, now let's get to our next project for a little bit more fun. These small drop cloth bags can be used as gift bags or bowl fillers, or probably a number of things if you just put your mind to what else you could do with these small bags. I cut squares of drop cloth into squares that were approximately 5.5 inches by 6.5 inches or 14 centimeters by 16 centimeters. And those are just approximate. You could use whatever size you want. You could make these a lot larger or a little smaller. Remember to cut the hemmed edges from these pieces and save them for future projects. So I'm folding this to make as few cuts as possible. I'm doing a few random measurements just to get these all in an approximate size because I want to use these as bowl fillers. I'll be taking these to my sewing machine and stitching along 3 edges to make these bags. You can also do this with your hot glue gun if you don't sew, and I will show you with one of these how that might look if you use hot glue. I have stitched these on 3 sides. Now I'm turning them inside out. And for some of these, I will fold the hem at the top to the outside, and on others, I will fold them to the inside, and I'll be placing trim on most of them. And as you can see here, you can do the same thing with a hot glue gun. Just be careful when you're turning them. They're not going to have the same sturdiness as something that would be stitched on a sewing machine, but it's still going to work. I will be adding IOD stamps to each of these, and I will place a piece of cardstock in the bag so that the ink doesn't bleed through to the back side of the bag. I'm going to be embellishing this bag with a small bow that's made from a stack of ribbons stacked in the shape of an X, and you can make this as full or as simple as you want. You'll finish it off by tying a piece of ribbon around the center of it and shaping and trimming it and then hot gluing it on the piece. I'm very happy with the way these turned out. I'm going to use them in my fall decorating, and I have a few pumpkins thrown in, but I'm not a big fan of pumpkins. I don't do a lot of fall decorating, and I don't decorate for Halloween, but by using a few of these fall colors, I can strike a nice compromise in my fall decor. I can also use these bags at other times of the year. Please remember to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you in the next video.